Spoiler alert, I didn't die that day, and that was thanks to my 9 angels. This is not one of my gratitude for the mundane videos. This is a video that is far, far from mundane. So let's get into it. I'm going to go through one of the most formative experiences of my life. And for that, I'm going to have to go back to age 13. At that point, I was still going by Jonathan, which was and is my birth name. And around then, I decided, you know what? I'm going to go by John because it sounded cooler and I didn't know any other Jonathans my age. Everyone else around me was just John. So I just wanted to go by that as well. Fast forward to 24, 25 years old, and I'm traveling the world. The very beginning, the first couple of months were in a monastery in Nepal, right in Kathmandu. I had just graduated from technical school as an automotive service mechanic or a technician. I had fixed forklifts and cars, trucks, you name it, and I needed a recalibration. So while I was in this monastery, a very important date was coming up, December 21st, 2012. I had just celebrated my birthday, and I was thinking, do you know what? Maybe it's time to go back to my birth name. It has some strength to it that I think I really want to step into. And I made the announcement on the top of this hill in the monastery, and I said, from now on, I'm going by Jonathan again. And I thought that was it. And my life was just going to be totally fine, and I was going to continue traveling the world. But I thought that's how it was going to go. What I did get instead was something very, very different. So as I record this, it is December 21st, 2025. So shortly after this announcement to my fellow travelers, I had a dream. I was in a backyard. These 3 gigantic owls came in and just swirling around. And I was like, wow, that's really cool. Got some owls in my dream. As I was paying attention to them, all of a sudden, bam, there's this blue boy approaching me. Must have not been any older than 12, 13 years old. He just gave me this copper thing. It looked almost like a penny. I was like, well, what am I supposed to do with this? And all he did was point at his head. Oh, all right, well, that's great, cool. Anything else I need to know? Yes, this will help you get into the 4th dimension. I'm like, oh, okay. I thought we were ascending to the 5th dimension. But he's like, no, this is going to help with the 4th. All right. And after this dream, I had no idea that just weeks later, my life would completely change. And if it weren't for my 9 angels, I'd be dead. Shortly after this announcement, I had left the monastery and went to go on this big 2 to 3 week long hike. It was the Annapurna Circuit, a very gorgeous, gorgeous hike, and it's the 2nd most popular hike in all of Nepal. At the very beginning, it was just 3 of us, just walking along from town to town, guest house to guest house, enjoying the view, getting to know each other, and integrating and acclimatizing to these massive new heights that we were finding ourselves at. And then we were meeting fellow hikers along the way. And all of these people ended up in the same place, in the same guest house on day number 9. So we all ate dinner together, played games, and then the next day, on day 10, we were just going to take it very easy to the next town, all together as one little group. The 10 of us consisted of the 4 Brits, the 2 American women, the 1 Colombian guy, the 1 Mexican guy and his guy, and me. So because it was just a very quick trek from town to town, it was only going to be about 2 to 3 hours. We got to this place where there were landslides that had gone through on a very regular basis. The 9 crossed one by one, nice and safely, and I got to about the halfway mark when it was my turn, and nobody knows what happened next. I might have slipped, tripped, lost my balance in some kind of way. Maybe the ground let loose underneath me. Whatever the situation was, I have no memory. And supposedly, everyone that was there said I fell completely silently. As I was starting to fall, this is one of my 2 memories that I have of the day. There's this voice that came to me that just said, "Just let go." So I did that. I relaxed. Next thing I was told, my head hit this gigantic boulder after about 5 meters, 15 feet worth of falling, and then tumbled and slid and ended up in this dried creek bed 100 feet or about 30, 35 meters down the mountain from where I started. With a head wound, paralyzed on my right side. Then my left arm got dislocated on my elbow and my shoulder. That was too much for the nerves. They popped, and 2 of the 3 major nerves are still healing to this day. That was exactly 13 years ago. I'm posting this on January 5th, 2026, precisely for that reason. My 9 angels organized themselves. A couple went to the village that we came from to call a helicopter. A couple went to the next village that was closer but didn't have a telephone to gather supplies to make a stretcher or gather some kind of help. And some came down to help me and assist me in whatever way that they could. Made a makeshift stretcher and carried me all the way up and kept me alive for the night. The helicopter came the very next day and brought me down to Kathmandu. My new life began. Healing, diving deeper into my spirituality, meditating more, praying, doing my best to laugh, letting myself cry when I needed to. And all of these people showed up through this whole time. And this video is for all of you. Thank you. Thank you. To the 9 of you that saved me, I'd be dead if it weren't for you. Thank you. To all the people that came and visited me in the hospital in Kathmandu, thank you. To Dr. Shrestha and his team that cut me open and replaced all of those shattered bone pieces up there, thank you. Thank you to the 2 burly hockey player guys that were sent over by my insurance company to literally pick me up and fly me back home. Thank you to my mom for boarding a flight pretty much as soon as she heard that I fell down a mountain. Thank you to all of my family that was there with me, either physically or in spirit, in one of the hospitals that I was in. either in Kathmandu or back in Calgary. Thank you to all of the individuals that have supported me and given me a little bit of a nugget of wisdom or hope or something to grow with. I truly appreciate all of you. So today, I claim my power. I claim my story, and I urge you to do the same. Step into your story and claim it. I urge you to step into your name and claim it. And I urge you to shine your authenticity in whatever way you are drawn to. 13 years ago, I stepped into my power, and now I'm deepening that. My name is Jonathan Barree McLean. Who are you?